I am Narayana Prakash. Welcome to FICO Academy online classes. And today we can discuss modal auxiliaries in the passive voice construction. Modal auxiliaries. In the passive voice construction. Modal auxiliaries in the passive voice construction. And you know very well that the auxiliary verbs have been classified into several sections. They are primary auxiliary verbs, then modal auxiliary verb and semi-modal auxiliary verb. Primary auxiliary verb itself has been divided into three sections. I mean be form, then do family, have family, etc. Do family, have family, etc. Be family means am, is, are, was, were. They are called be family. Have family means has, have, had. They are called have family. Then next one, be form, have family, and one more, just a minute. Have family, do family means do, does, did. Okay, primary auxiliary verbs. Primary auxiliary verbs. They have three divisions. One is be family, second one have family, the next one do family. Okay. Be family, have family. Be family means is, am, are, was, were. And in the question paper, they will give you in bracket B. B means you want to write the different forms of be form, that is, am, are, was, were. And next comes the have family. Have family means has, have, then had. The third category is do family. Do family means do, does, and did. You know, they are called primary auxiliary verbs. And next comes modal auxiliary verb. Modal auxiliary verb. What are they? Generally speaking, we never use modal auxiliary verbs in the formation of the tenses. While you write sentences in tense, you are generally used these auxiliary verbs. I mean am, is, are, was, were, has, have, had, do, does, did. But in the case of modal auxiliary verbs, we never use them for the creation of tenses, for the formation of tenses. And what are the modal auxiliary verb we use in our English grammar? That is will, would, shall, should, can, could, must, etc. You know, they are called modal auxiliary verb. And among these, we use will or shall for the creation of future tenses. You know, while we write future tenses, we have to use the auxiliary verbs will and shall. And this will and shall, they are also called as modal auxiliary verb. And there is another category, the third one, semi-modal auxiliary verb. Semi-modal auxiliary verb. Semi-modal auxiliary verb. And who are they? I mean, ought to, used to, need, comma, dare. They are called semi-modal auxiliary verbs. So now we are discussing about the topic of auxiliary verbs, and auxiliary verbs have three divisions. The first one is called primary auxiliary verbs, and again they have been divided into three categories: be family, have family, and do family. And the next one, that is modal auxiliary verb, modal auxiliary verbs. And what are modal auxiliary verbs? They never use for the formation of tenses except this will or shall. They are will, would, shall, should, can, could, must, etc. And semi-modal auxiliary verb, they are called ought to, used to, need, dare, etc. So now we are studying modal auxiliaries in the passive voice construction. How can we make modal auxiliary verbs in the passive voice construction? And it has a formula. The formula is subject plus modal auxiliary verb plus be plus past participle. Okay. You can use this formula to write more passive voice construction. You need to apply this formula, that is subject plus modal auxiliary verb plus be plus past participle. For example, if in a sentence will is used, the modal auxiliary verb will is used. And how can you create the formula? That is subject plus will plus be plus past participle. And similarly, you know, the modal auxiliary verb can is used in a sentence. So you can write the formula like this: subject plus can plus be plus past participle. And must, another auxiliary verb must is used in a sentence. So you can write subject plus must plus be plus past participle. Okay. We can do one example, then you can easily understand. One example: we may park the car here. We may park the car here. We may park the car here. See, this may, might, they are also modal auxiliary verb. May, might. We may park the car here. That is a sentence. So as usual, you just mark subject, verb and object. And in this sentence, we is the subject, may is the auxiliary verb, park is the verb, real verb, and the car is the object. Okay, now we identified the subject, verb and object, and you know the object of the active voice will be the subject or the passive voice. You know, you already studied that theory. The object of the active voice will be the subject or the passive voice. So you can take out the car, plus may. You know, may is the modal auxiliary verb, may, the car, may, plus be, maybe, plus past participle. Park is the verb, so the past participle of park is parked. The car may be parked. Then you can add the last word of this sentence. Which is the last word? Here. The car may be parked here. The car may be parked here. We may park the car here. So, you can take out the subject from here. Subject is the object in this sentence. The car may be parked here. And another example. One more example. Another example, we must send a message, we must send a message at once. We must send a message at once. We must send a message at once. So, which is the modal auxiliary verb used in this sentence? You can easily say that is must. So, you can create a formula, subject plus, must plus, be plus, past participle. Okay, that is the formula, subject plus, must plus, be plus, past participle. You know, you can use this formula. Any auxiliary verb is used in the sentence. You can create this formula like subject plus, modal auxiliary verb plus be plus past participle. That is the formula you can apply. Okay. So, you just identify the subject, verb and object. We, subject, must send auxiliary verb with the main verb, a message, that is the object. And the object or the active voice will be the subject or the passive voice. So, the answer is a message must be, a message must be, then plus past participle, send. And what is the past participle of send? That is send, S-E-N-T, send. S-E-N-T, S-E-N-D, send, a present form, the past participle is a send. A message must be sent, then the last word, at once, at once. A message must be sent at once. You can say a message must be sent by us at once, no problem. Otherwise, you can write a message must be sent at once by us. And it is not necessary to add by plus agent here. Okay. And we shall do some other examples more. Other example. Other example, you may forget the rules. You may forget the rules. You may forget the rules quickly. You may forget the rules quickly. You may forget the rules quickly. Okay. Which modal auxiliary verb is used here? You can easily say may is the modal auxiliary verb. So, you can create the formula, I mean passive voice formula, subject plus may plus be plus past participle. Subject plus may plus be plus past participle. So, you just identify the subject and verb and object. You is the subject, forget main verb, the rules, that is the object, and the object of the active voice will be the subject or the passive voice. So, the answer is the rules, you know, the rules became the subject, may plus be, the rules may be, plus past participle, forget is the verb. And what is the past participle for forget? Forgotten, Forgotten, forgotten. The rules may be forgotten, then you can add the last word quickly. The rules may be forgotten quickly. And another one, you must obey traffic rules. 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 It is also very simple because must, that is the modal auxiliary verb used here. You can create the formula for this modal auxiliary verb, that will be subject plus must plus be plus past participle. Then first you mark subject verb object, use subject, obey verb, traffic rules. Traffic rules, that is the object, and the object of the active voice will be the subject of the passive voice. So you can write traffic rules, okay. Now we have got the subject traffic rules, modal auxiliary verb, that is must. Traffic rules must plus be, traffic rules must be plus past participle, obey is the verb, obeyed. Traffic rules must be obeyed. Okay. Then another example, they need not buy bread. They need not buy bread. They need not buy bread, B-R-E-A-D. They need not buy bread. Okay, you can use the same method. Which is the modal auxiliary verb need? Need is a semi-modal auxiliary verb. You can apply this formula. Which formula? That is subject plus need plus be plus past participle. Subject plus need plus be plus past participle. They need not buy bread. So you just mark subject, verb and object. They, subject, need auxiliary verb, buy main verb, bread, that is the object. So you can write bread, okay, modal auxiliary verb need, bread, need. It is negative sentence, so you can use not. Bread need not plus be, need not be, plus past participle buy. Okay, what is the past participle of buy? Bought, B-O-U-G-H-T, bought. Bread need not be bought. Buy them. If it is not, if it is necessary, you can add by plus agent. Bread need not be bought by them. Bread need not be bought by them. Okay, then I hope you understood how to prepare passive construction for modal auxiliary verbs. And you need to remember the formula. I mean subject plus modal auxiliary verb plus be plus past participle. You can apply this formula if any question is asked. Okay, the next one, next topic. Passive voice in passive voice in imperative sentences. Passive voice in imperative sentences. You have already studied what are imperative sentences. We use imperative sentences in English to express command, request, prayer, etc. At the very beginning of our grammar class, I discussed the topic about imperative sentences which express command, request, prayer, etc. And while we use imperative sentences in passive voice, it has a formula, that is let plus noun or pronoun plus be plus past participle. Okay, you want to remember the formula, and if there is anything additional in the sentence, you can add after using this formula. Once more, I tell you, in imperative sentences, you can use this formula, that is let plus noun or pronoun plus be plus past participle, and if there is something more in the sentence, you can add after this formula. You can use this formula if the sentence is positive. If the sentence is positive, you can use this formula. And if the sentence is negative, you can use a not before be. If the sentence is negative, you have to use not just before be. So, for a negative sentence, the formula will be let plus noun or pronoun plus not be plus past participle. And I shall give you two examples to make you understand. Open the door. Open the door. It is an imperative sentence. Open the door. And you just analyze this sentence. Open is the verb, the door is the object. Many times I told you, while we write a sentence in English, first we want to use a subject, then verb followed by object. But in imperative sentences, we shall never use a subject. Imperative sentence will have a subject. What will be? That is you. You is the subject of imperative sentence. Open the door means you open the door. We don't need to mention the subject here. Open, that is verb. Open is the verb. The door is the object. And you need to apply this sentence in this formula to make the passivization, to make a passive voice. Let plus noun or pronoun. Noun means the name of a person, the name of animals, the name of any object. They are called a noun. The name of persons, the name of object, that is called a noun. And pronoun means the words which we use for the sake of a noun. For example, Rajan. Rajan is a noun. And we say that he, and he is a pronoun. Rajan is handsome. Rajan is handsome. He is hardworking. So, Rajan is a noun, he is pronoun. Okay. So, the door is the noun. Let the door plus be. Okay. If the sentence is negative, you have to add not before be. Let the door be plus past participle. Past participle means Open is the verb. The past participle of open is opened. Let the door be opened. Okay, now this sentence is positive, and I shall give another example for a negative sentence. Don't repeat the mistake. Don't repeat the mistake. Don't repeat the mistake. Don't repeat the mistake. Listen, my friends. This sentence is given in negative. Don't repeat the mistake, which means you don't repeat the mistake. Okay, don't is the auxiliary verb. Repeat is the main verb. The mistake, that is the noun. Don't repeat the mistake. So you can apply these words or this sentence into this formula in order to make a passive voice. Okay, so you just write let plus noun or pronoun. Which is the noun? The mistake. Let the mistake. Let the mistake. This sentence is negative. So you have to use not before the word be. Not be. Not be. Let the mistake not be. Plus past participle. Past participle is the ed or en form of the verb. Which is the verb? Repeat. Past participle of repeat is repeated. Let the mistake not be repeated. Let the mistake not be repeated. Okay, we can do some more examples. Some more examples. Wash the vegetables. Wash the vegetables before cooking. Wash the vegetables before cooking. You know, a long sentence, wash the vegetables before cooking. Wash the vegetables before cooking. So you just analyze the sentence. Wash, that is verb. The vegetables, that is the object. In fact, we need the first two words to make the passive voice construction. We require only the first two words to make the passive voice construction. Wash the vegetables before cooking. Noun or pronoun, the vegetables, that is the noun. Let the vegetables plus be plus past participle. I mean, wash is the verb. The past participle of wash is washed. Let the vegetables be washed. And some words are here before cooking. And you can add these words after applying the formula. You can add here before cooking. Before cooking. Wash the vegetables. Sorry, let the vegetables be washed before cooking. Let the vegetables be washed before cooking. And some other examples. Request the district collector. Request the district collector. The district collector to distribute the prices. To distribute the prices. Request the district collector to distribute the prices. A long sentence. Request the district collector to distribute the prices. So again, you just mark subject, verb and object. Request is the verb. The district collector, that is the noun. I already told you we need the first two words to make the passive voice. Only two words. So, we can apply these words into this formula. Let plus noun or pronoun, the district collector, that is the noun. Let the district collector be plus past participle, I mean request is the verb. Let the district collector be requested, then you can add the remaining words to distribute the prices. You know those words here you can add to distribute the prices. To distribute the prices. Let the district collector be requested to distribute the prices. Okay. Then another example. Remember the warning. A simple example it is. Remember the warning. Remember the warning. Okay, remember the warning. Here, remember is the verb and the warning is the object, and here noun, remember the warning. So, you can apply let the warning plus be, let the warning be remember, that is remembered. Let the warning be remembered. Another one. Don't involve us. Don't involve us in this transaction. Don't involve us in these transactions. Don't involve us in this transaction. Okay, you may feel some confusion. Don't be confused. Don't involve, that is auxiliary verb with a main verb, and us, that is a pronoun. Okay, don't involve, that is auxiliary verb with the main verb, and us, that is the pronoun. So, you can write let us, then this sentence is negative, so you can add not. Let us not be plus past participle, that is involve. Involve will become involved. Let us not be involved. Then you can add the remaining words of this sentence in this transaction. Now, the answer is let us not be involved in this transaction. Another one. Don't repeat, don't disturb the patient. Don't disturb the patient. Don't disturb the patient. Don't disturb the patient. Okay. Don't disturb, that is auxiliary verb with a main verb. The patient, that is the noun. Don't disturb, that is auxiliary verb with a main verb. The patient, that is the noun. So, you can write let the patient, let the patient, the sentence is negative, so you can write not be, let the patient not be, plus past participle. Disturb is the verb, so the past participle of disturb is disturbed. Let the patient not be disturbed. Let the patient not be disturbed. Another one, postpone the meeting. Postpone the meeting. Postpone the meeting. Very simple. Postpone the meeting. Postpone is the verb. The meeting is the noun. Postpone is the verb. The meeting is the noun. So you can write let the meeting plus be, let the meeting be postponed. Past participle of postponed, that is postponed. Postponed. Let the meeting be postponed. Okay. Then we can do one more example. Keep these letters ready. Keep these letters ready. Keep these letters ready. Okay, keep is the verb. These letters, that is the noun. I told you we need only the first two words. Keep is the verb, these letters, that is the noun. So you can write let these letters be keep. Keep will become kept. Kept, then ready. Let these letters be kept ready. Okay, then the next topic which we want to discuss now, passive voice in interrogative sentences. Passive voice in interrogative sentences. Passive voice in interrogative sentences. Okay, and you already know that there are two types of interrogative sentences in English. One is yes or no question and the other is WH question. And for a yes or no question, it has a formula, that is auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus the remaining portion of the sentence. Finally, you have to put a question mark. Okay, while you use a yes or no question in English, many times I told you in your class, you want to use auxiliary verb at the beginning, followed by subject, then main verb, then the remaining portion of the sentence. And for a WH question, it has a formula, that is question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb, then remaining portion of the sentence. Okay, I shall do one example. So there are two type of questions, one is yes or no question and the other is WH question. And for yes or no question, there is a formula you already know, I am repeating now, auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. And for WH question, it has also formula, that is question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb. And I shall give you One example, can we engage a taxi? Can we engage a taxi? Can we engage a taxi? Listen, first example. Listen carefully. Can we engage a taxi? The speciality of this sentence is that there is one modal auxiliary verb used here. Which is the auxiliary verb? Can. Can is the auxiliary verb. So you just write the formula of can. So subject plus can plus be plus past participle. You know, can is a modal auxiliary verb. So you can use this formula, subject plus can plus be plus past participle. And it is a yes or no question. It is a yes or no question. So you just use can at the beginning of the sentence. Just use can at the beginning of the sentence. Now this formula became can plus subject plus be plus past participle. Okay, now we are doing step by step. Subject plus can plus subject plus be plus past participle. Can we engage a taxi? We subject, engage verb, a taxi, that is the object. We subject, engage verb, a taxi, that is the object. And the object of the active voice will be the subject or the passive voice. So, can a taxi, here a taxi is the object. So, in passive voice, the object or the active voice will be the subject or the passive voice. So, can a taxi be? Can a taxi be plus engaged? Engaged will become engaged. Can a taxi be engaged by plus agent, by us? Not necessary. Can a taxi be engaged? That will be enough. And I don't know how they will ask in the examination. Perhaps they will give us by us. So you can write, can a taxi be engaged by us? Okay. What I did? First you use the formula. Subject plus can is the modal auxiliary verb. So you write the formula subject plus can plus be plus past participle, and as it is a yes or no question, you just use the can at the beginning of the sentence. Now it became can plus subject plus be plus past participle. So the answer is, can a taxi be engaged by us? Okay, another example. Another one, when will they announce? When will they announce the new scales of pay? The new scales of pay. The new scales of pay. When will they announce the new scales of pay? SCALES. When will they announce the new scales of pay? When will they announce the new scales of pay? Listen, my friends, which tense is used here? Here, simple present tense is used. Simple present tense is used. So, please write the passivization structure of a simple present tense. You know, subject plus will or shall plus first form of the verb. Subject plus will or shall plus first form of the verb. That is the active sentence. And in the passive voice structure, you can write subject plus will or shall plus be plus past participle. Subject plus will or shall plus past participle. Yes, it is a WH question. It is a WH question. So, what you want to do? First, you use the auxiliary verb at the beginning. Just use the auxiliary verb at the beginning. Then a question word is given here. Which is the question word? When. So, now we have got the formula. When plus will or shall plus subject plus be plus past participle. Once more, when plus will or shall plus subject plus be plus past participle. Okay, you write subject, verb and object. Please mark. They is the subject, announce is the verb, the new scales of pay, that is the object. They is the subject, announce is the verb, the new scales of pay, that is the object. So, we can write when plus will or shall. So, we can use a when will plus subject. Which is the subject? The object or the active voice will be the subject or the passive voice. So, you can write the new scales of pay. When will the new scales of pay, the new scales of pay plus be plus past participle announced by plus agent by them. When will the new scales of pay be announced by them? You know, you just create the formula, then you will never make any mistake. First you create the formula. When plus will or shall plus subject plus be plus past participle. Okay. The next one. Next one. When do they issue the rations? 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 Which tense is used here? When do they issue the rations? Which tense is used here? Simple present tense. So, you write the passivization structure of simple present tense. Do you remember the passivization structure of a simple present tense? Subject plus is or am or are plus past participle. Subject plus is or am or are plus past participle. Okay. So, it is a yes or no question. So, not yes or no question, WH question. So, first you use all this auxiliary verb at the beginning. Then a question word is given here, which is the question word when. Okay. Now, we have got the formula when plus is or am or are plus subject plus past participle. Okay, when plus is or am or are plus subject plus past participle. Now, we have got the formula. Okay, then you just mark subject, verb and object. They is the subject, issue is the verb, the rations, that is the object. And the object of the active voice will be the subject of the passive voice. So, the answer is when. Okay, when, that is the question word. And which is the object? The rations. The rations, that is plural. So, which auxiliary verb you can select from here? Are. When are the rations? When are the rations? When are the rations? Plus past participle. Issue. Issue is the verb issued. When are the rations issued? Issued by plus agent, by them. When are the rations issued by them? When are the rations issued by them? And another example. Do they allow children? Do they allow children inside the hall? Inside the hall. Do they allow children inside the hall? Again, do they allow children inside the hall? Simple present tense. This sentence is in simple present tense. So, you just write the passivization structure of a simple present tense, that is subject plus is or am or are plus past participle. Subject plus is or am or are plus past participle. Okay, this sentence is yes or no question. So, you just use this auxiliary verb at the beginning of this sentence. Now, we have got the proper formula: is or am or are plus subject plus past participle. Is or am or are plus subject plus past participle. Okay, you just mark subject, verb and object in this sentence. They subject, allow verb the children, that is object, inside the hall, direct object. I mean, this sentence has two objects. The first object is called indirect object and the second object is called direct object. So, you just take out first object, indirect object. So, the answer is children, that is the object, and when we use children into passive voice, this children will become the subject. And which auxiliary verb you can select? Children is plural, so you can select are children, plus past participle, allow, that is the verb allowed, are children allowed. Then you can add the second object. Which is a second object? Inside the hall. Are children allowed inside the hall? Inside the hall. Then you can use by plus agent, by them. By them. Are children allowed inside the hall by them? Another example. Another example. When do they close the gate? 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 Again, this sentence is given in simple present tense. So, please write the formula: subject plus is, am, are plus past participle. Okay, you want to remember passivization formula: subject plus is, am, are plus past participle. Okay, then you just use these auxiliary verb at the beginning. Now, this formula became is, am, are plus subject plus past participle. Okay, then you mark subject, verb, object. They subject, close verb, the gate object. And we want to take this object, the gate. And which auxiliary verb we can use? The gate, that is singular. Is the gate, plus past participle closed. Is the gate closed by plus agent by them. You know, I am sorry, you have to write the question word when. When is the gate closed by them? When is the gate closed by them? When do they close the gate? So the answer is when is the gate closed by them? When is the gate closed by them? Another example, where will they hold the meeting? 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 Okay, which tense it is? Which tense it is? Where will they hold the meeting? Simple future. So for simple future, there is a passivization structure, that is subject plus will or shall plus be plus past participle. Subject plus will or shall plus be plus past participles. Okay, now you just use will or shall at the beginning, and it is a WH question, so you can use that question word here, where. Now we have got the formula, that is where plus will or shall plus subject plus be plus past participle. Okay, then just analyze the sentence. They subject hold verb the meeting, that is object. So you can take out the object from the where will the meeting, where will the meeting plus be plus past hold, held, where the meeting be held by plus agent by them. Where will the meeting be held by them? Where will the meeting be held by them? Another example, does he eat biryani? Does he eat biryani? A nice question it is. I think your mouth will be watered now. Does he eat biryani? Does he eat biryani? Nice question. Does he eat biryani? So which tense it is? Very simple, simple present tense. Okay, you write the formula of a simple present tense, not formula, passivized formula. That is subject plus is, am, are plus past participle. Then just use all these auxiliary verb at the beginning. Now this formula became is, am, are plus subject plus past participle. So you just mark subject, verb and object. He, subject, eat, verb, biryani, object. So you can write biryani. You know, biryani is a singular. So you can write is biryani plus past participle eat. Eat, past ate and past participle eaten. Is biryani eaten by plus agent by him. Okay, I gave you plenty of examples. I shall give you one more example. How are they playing football? 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 Listen my friends, this sentence is given in present continuous. How are they playing football? So you have to write passivization of a present continuous. That is, subject plus is, am, are, plus being, plus past participle. Subject plus is, am, are, plus being, plus past participle. They, subject, plain verb, football, object. So you just use is, am, are at the beginning, then question word how. So the answer is how, which is object of football. Football is object. So we want to use football as a subject here. How is football? How is football being playing? That is played. Past participle played. How is football being played? By them. By them. How is football being played by them? I tell you, you just use the proper formula, then you will get the correct answer. So we did many things today. I mean, passivization of modal auxiliary verbs. Then we did passivization in imperative speech. So we applied a formula, that is let plus noun or pronoun plus be plus past participle. And we also discussed today passive voice in interrogative sentences. I mean both yes or no question and WH question. Thank you so much for listening my class.
FiveCo Academy, first floor, PV Complex, Civil Line Road, West Fort, Thrissur. Phone 9946 999 460, 9946 999 461.